Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new around here. My name is Mia and I upload music, free lessons, and lifestyle. And make sure to hit that red subscribe button. It is free for all of you. And make sure to hit that post notifications bell and make sure it's all the way on so you'll be notified for all my videos go live or uploaded. If you are a return subscriber, then hi. You know the drill. Make sure the bell is all the way on so you never miss an upcoming video. In this video, I want to share my best tips to moving on from death specifically, because we all go through a death grieving process and it's tough to feel it, and that person who is no longer around might go through some difficulties of their own. So in this video, I'm just going to give you guys my best tips. One of my best tips that I've ever received is from Kelvin is to keep the early and happy positive memories, and that has really been helping me a lot, especially from losing Parker because he was terribly young, and it's tough to go through that process, but we're all hopeful and we have the little piece in us to remind us that we're important people. Hope you enjoy this video. My very first tip for moving on from death is to keep in memories. What I mean by memories, I mean like keeping the happy, positive memories from the pet or person, because we had a lot of things happen before the person died, and it's important that we have fun memories with each other, and we have time to talk about it. But mostly some of our family members died before we were even born. But if you feel like you're in a grief process, or you might have heard from your parents about it, then you can grieve. It's okay. Everyone can go through a grief process, and that's why we have memories. Because when you think about happy memories, you're thinking about the best things you did together and the way you bonded with that pet or person or whoever it may be. And having a decent friendship, relationship can really impact you, because you have a little piece in yourself that the pet will remember you, or the person might remember you. But it's not a good idea to not remember them or to forget them. They're not going to forget you. They'll still remind you of them. It's just them having a good time in a much better place, because heaven is not a bad place to be. There are so many family members, friends, spouses, partners up there, whoever it may be, and that's what's part of life, and that's why I have memories, to have that decent bonding experience with your pet or family member or friend. My second tip to moving on is to talk to others. And no, I'm not saying talk to strangers about it, because they're not safe and they're not trustful to talk to. Even though they're stranger adults, don't talk to them about it, because they might want your negative attention. So I probably won't go that route. The best people to talk to is to talk to safe adults. If you are a kid, if you're like a young adult like myself, or younger or older than me, then talk to your parents about it, because they're safe people, and I'm sure they've gone through death from their friends or their family member, whoever it may be, and they're older, so they will understand how you feel. And talking to safe adults that are close to you in general may help you too. They can help you because they give good advice. And you can talk, if you're at good school, talk to your teachers about it. They will give you advice, like how to be a better person, and they'll definitely help you a lot. And talking to other adults that you know very well that are safe and trustful to you, then talk to them about it. They'll give advice, but if you want professional help, then I would recommend talking to your counselor or therapist, because there are trained professionals and they're trained to help people in need. And they'll understand how you might feel, and once you talk out your emotions, then they'll give you their best advice and good pointers to help you. Because when I talk to others, like Kelvin, for example, he told me to keep the happy, positive memories about Parker, and I bonded with him very well, but still it was not a good feeling to experience. But it's okay, we all go through it, and I'm here for you. My third tip to moving on is to do what makes you happy. Because when you do something that makes you happy, then you are caught in the happy moment that you're in. Because usually when death happens, it's like sitting in a room with the lights off, in a dark room, in an empty room, and you can feel like you are in depression about it. You can feel depressed, or probably humiliated. It's kind of the same thing, because death happens and people feel sadness built inside in their bodies, and it's not good to feel sad, because when you're sad, then that puts the other person who's not alive sad as well, and he can feel all these different emotions, because people can feel pain because they miss that person, or sometimes they just feel like, what am I supposed to do, like powerless or helpless. But it's okay to feel those emotions, because we're just people and we feel those emotions, and it's tough to think about negative emotions, and that's why we need to think about happy emotions. Because the best emotions that I've been feeling is laughing, being caught to the happy moment from that person when they're not alive, and just enjoying them in general. And once you've sort of got the positive memories in, then it can tell yourself in your head that you're important, and the person who is up there will be important as well, even though they're not physically here with you. But it's okay to feel the way you guys feel about it, because anyone can feel it. And as I tell you, it's something important. It's not our fault that death has happened, because people have shorter lives or longer lives to live. My very last and fourth tip to moving on is to do what's comfortable for yourself. If you are a YouTuber, then pick up your camera, like a real camera, or if you have a stand and a phone like I do, you can just sit down and you can just describe like what happened, like talk about it, even though you don't know the cause of death. Usually some people's families don't feel very comfortable talking about it, and Parker's parents don't feel comfortable talking about it. You can just describe in your own words of what happened, and you can just sit down and talk about like how you're handling the death and how your emotions were at that time, and you can put it on your channel and you won't believe what might happen next. So many views might wrapped up, and you will get lots of advice and help in the comments, because when I first started doing this 6 months ago, some months ago, I started doing it, and no one really commented, they just liked it. But it was a great way to able to just to let it out to the public and let people know about it. Another thing that can make people feel comfortable, if you are a musician, if you like to do music and record and do lyrics, then do that. You can just sit down, write it down, grab a notebook or computer and type it out and print it out. You can probably think in your head the best lyrics, because I do have a few songs about Parker, because he's not alive, is that I would just sit down and think about the lyrics and just release it out. So I got the 16th of February, that was the day he was dead. Piece of Sympathy and Strength with Confidence and that kind of thing, because that's what happens when death happens to other people. But one thing that makes me feel comfortable for myself is music, of course, and talking to people, that helps too. And when you just release it, you feel so much better about yourself, and you be this wonderful person that it's okay to feel this way, because it's a part of us to remember that person and think about what they might feel and think about what you might feel. But the most important thing is that people don't die for a real reason. It just happens. It can be a shock. Sometimes because age, when people die, it's usually from old age, and their bodies are shutting down, or they're going through a certain illness like cancer, for example, which is tough. And some people just commit and kill themselves, and it's not good.